Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However this finds you, I do hope this finds you well. And I mean it. I truly, truly do. Listen, I'm not going to be on here for a long time, but I am on here for, do you accept my insurance? How much is the copay type of time? Let me tell you why. While many of you, not us, but you, were out celebrating something called Independence Day with a grill plate, or maybe you were trying to catch a moment of peace getting your nails or hair done or something like that, something else happened. One particular BBB was signed into law. And if you're clear, you understand that this is a rollback. Work requirements for Medicaid undeniably will be back. Copays undeniably will rise. Undeniably, some medical institutions that have long served those who are disenfranchised will be closed. And that includes rural hospitals in places like Mississippi, Oklahoma, Texas. But what will it actually look like for women that are like me? What will it look like for women who are just trying to stay well, keep their income flowing, and protect their peace? I'll try to explain. What it looks like is some OBGYN appointments will be paid for out of pocket unless you can prove 20 plus hours of work per week every month. That therapist who helped you through burnout, who helped you through the panorama, may not be covered anymore. They probably weren't even covered in the first place. Getting reimbursed, not so much. You may have to switch to a provider that is in network, in a system that doesn't look like you, sound like you, or care about you. Maybe that full-time gig with benefits that you were finally ready to leave, maybe you'll have to hesitate, because if you don't land another job fast, your Medicaid coverage will go into pending status. As I mentioned, certain clinics will be disappearing. For many, especially low-income Black and brown people, that was the only place that they could walk in and get seen without shame, get screenings, pap smears, or care that doesn't come with side eyes and judgment. Now imagine that being replicated thousands of times over. And imagine, oh, you don't have to imagine it, consider that a lot of this will begin as of this year and definitely will be seen as of 2026, perfectly aligned with the midterms. This is not just about policy. This is pressure. And for women of color, for women who already live at the intersection of economic fragility, medical bias, and chronic overfunctioning, this will hit differently. It means that you can do everything right, go to school, land that contract job, manage your chronic condition, and you will still be just one policy away from being ended. And let's talk about what this means for entrepreneurs. Over 60% of entrepreneurs and self-employed Americans under 65 rely on the ACA marketplace for coverage. Among Black women entrepreneurs specifically, a rapidly growing group, the ACA is often the only viable option. Let's not forget that if you don't have health insurance in this country, you owe the IRS. Unless that's changed, I don't know. In 2022 alone, over 5.8 million self-employed people enrolled in the ACA. And that number has only risen post-panorama as more people have moved into freelance, consulting, and gig work. And when copays go up, provider options go down, and behind the scenes funding, that which props up the ACA, will be redirected. Well, I'll tell you quickly. It means that your primary care visit that used to be $0 will possibly have a $45, $50, $95 bill attached. It means that your mental health sessions may not be reimbursed at all. It means that that premium, which was already a grip, will go up. And the tax subsidy that came along with that will disappear. And entrepreneur, while you're still covering your own business taxes, your operational costs, and you're trying to grow something real, the climate is even more volatile. So if you are a founder, a freelancer, or a creative, and you're holding your own lane, the storm will hit you too. You are not crazy for feeling like your body and your bandwidth are being squeezed at the same time. That brings us back to brand pillars. As y'all know, I stand on my name. I stand on the Ajay effect. This is not abstract. It is lived when access is a moving target. The BBB didn't just cut budgets, it will shift how we move. Now that the local lab has shut down, policy will show up at the pharmacy, honey. Let's name a pattern. First, care is restricted, then more labor is required, less access occurs, then blame those communities that are non-compliant while shifting the goalposts the entire time. This is not oversight, folks. This is by design. The design is doing what it has always been meant to do. Here's what I want you to know. First, audit your eligibility. Don't assume that SNAP or WIC status is secure. Next, look into telehealth memberships. Some of these memberships are at $20, $30 monthly rates for basic care, and that could be cheaper than your new copay. And if you're a business owner, I need you to reevaluate your ACA plan tiers. Check and make sure. Do not wait until the end of the year to see if your provider is still in network. Next, talk to your circle. I want you to focus on community. Share info, not shame. Recently I was at an event and someone mentioned to me, well, not my problem. I get insurance through my job. Kick her out of the community. No, but seriously, talk to your circle. Hey sis, I heard this is changing in Georgia. Are you good? That is the energy, the vibe that we need right now. Next, partner with other solopreneurs. Yes, we want to know what you're working on. We want to know what you're up to, but we also should be using our spaces as solo entrepreneurs to develop mutual aid around care, rest, and resources. That is how we should be collaborating right now. Next, you want to build healthcare costs into your pricing. Let me say it again. Build your healthcare cost, entrepreneur, into your pricing. When you are building your brand or your bridge income or your comeback from burnout, build in buffers. Because as long as the system can change its mind, your response needs to be just as flexible and rooted in foresight. If you are always ready, you don't have to get ready. I've said it before, and I mean it. Because as long as this system can change mid-sentence, our response needs to be rooted in flexibility and foresight at the same time. Y'all, I said I was not going to be on here for a long time, but for a clinic copaying time, and I delivered. Be sure to share this information with your girlies, your guys. Spread the word. Like and subscribe. Stay in touch. Stay attuned. I'm going to have much more, especially in this mess. You are capable of big things.